Could Marcus Stroman be returning to the Cubs bullpen? Could he be in the starting rotation? We're going to talk about that today as we get you set for Cubs and Diamondbacks right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. But before we do anything else, let me invite you to join us here on the channel. It's really easy to do, and it's free, right? Become a subscriber. Give us a thumbs up. That means that you love the Cubs and you love the channel and you like talking Cubs baseball. Hey, thanks for being part of what we're doing here at the Cubs Baseball channel. All right, guys, let's get into it. Marcus Stroman cracked ribcage cartilage. We were told not to expect him back this year, but he's ahead of schedule. And he threw a bullpen session yesterday. And if it went well, which so far it looks like it went well, but, as the healing process takes place, are there going to be setbacks or is he going to be okay? So we're going to find out that information soon. If he is okay, look for him to maybe do another live bullpen session or go to rehab with some of the minor league teams. The Double-A team is winding down their schedule. The Smokies, they've got 9 games left, but they're also in the playoffs. So maybe he ends up there, or maybe he goes to Iowa. Their schedule's a little bit longer, the Iowa Cubs, the Triple-A affiliate. But both of those are options, or, as I said before, another bullpen session. But this could really help the Cubs. James Taillon has been struggling in the starting rotation. And a lot of his games, he gives up runs early, and the Cubs have lost those games or have had to come from behind. Marcus Stroman was an all-star, and when he was healthy, he was fantastic. So we'll see what happens, but this is really good news because it gives David Ross and the Cubs some options if Stroman's able to return. Another guy that we're keeping an eye on is Michael Fulmer. I talked about the fact that we've got 2 bullpens right now. We got the A bullpen and the B bullpen. The A bullpen are the guys, when the game's on the line, you're seeing them out there over and over and over again. Merriweather, who's been fantastic. Alzolay, who's gotten a lot of saves, right? Leiter Jr. is one of those guys. Palencia is one of those guys. Well, Fulmer could be one of those guys if he returns. And when you're coming back from a mild right forearm strain, hey, that means you're not getting surgery. You're just trying to rest. It's been a while since he's been back out. Threw a bullpen on Wednesday, and from what we understand, it went well. And if it keeps going well, he might not even do a rehab assignment. You may just see him right back with the Cubs, and that could happen very soon. So keep an eye on Fulmer as this bullpen could be changing and getting better. Let's talk Cubs and Diamondbacks. Game 2 today at 1:20 Wrigley Field. Last night, it was just a Diamondbacks day. I didn't think Javier Assad pitched poorly. Just gave up a couple of home runs, and other days those balls are caught. The Cubs have been playing very, very good baseball. And if you win the 2 games that you should have won in Cincinnati, this is another one of those long winning streaks. But over the course of time in baseball, I can remember talking with Philip Wellman, who's like a longtime minor league manager, really smart guy. And he said, over the course of baseball, he said there's going to be, a bucket of games that you're going to win. You're just going to blow the other team out. There's nothing they can do about it. There's a bucket of games you're going to lose. Things are just going to go their way. And then there's a bucket in the middle that, you try to manage and win. I felt like that was in the bucket of we're going to lose this game. Everything just went Arizona's direction, and the Cubs will try to rebound today. Now, they've got a tough task ahead of them. Zac Gallen is one of the best pitchers in baseball, 14-7 record. And, obviously, I've got to take the there we go. There we go. 3.47 ERA against James Taillon, who's 7-9 with a 5.51 ERA. Cubs are hoping that they get to see the good Taillon, the guy that pitched against the Yankees, not the guy that's been pitching lately where he's given up a lot of runs early and then kind of figured it out. He's actually, the good thing is, even with his struggles, he's given the Cubs bullpen some rest because he's still, been close to 6 innings. But updated standings right now. I'm going to throw these on the screen for you in the wild card. Philadelphia won again. They're now 5 games up on the rest of the pack. The Cubs have still won 7 of 10 games, even with last night's defeat. So they've got a 3-game lead over the rest of the pack. But the Diamondbacks, with that win last night, still have only won 4 of their last 10 games, but they are now in sole possession of that final wild card spot. And that's ahead of Miami. That's ahead of Cincinnati, who are a half a game back, and the Giants that are 2.5 games back and were off yesterday. The Giants have lost 6 straight. They're back to 500. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that the race continues, and that if the Diamondbacks drop today to the Cubs, they could fall right back out of holding one of those final spots. Let's look at the division race as we move forward here and get an idea of what that looks like. The Cubs are putting a lot of pressure, which has been fun. They're putting a lot of pressure on Milwaukee. But you got to keep winning, and that's the tough part about having to come from behind is, when you're trailing, then not only do you got to win to catch up, but you got to win to go ahead. And as I throw this on the screen, the loss just drops the Cubs 2 games back. So, and even 2 games, they play Milwaukee at the end of the season for the final 3 games. So, you're still in striking distance. I think that the most important thing is trying to figure out how to score some runs today against one of the Diamondbacks' best pitchers and see if you can get anything out of Taillon. And I'm wondering, if you're James Taillon, do you feel the pressure of the potential return of Marcus Stroman? Or would Stroman be someone that they throw in the bullpen? There's a lot of different things in play here as we move forward with where Marcus Stroman is, who of all of the guys that are rehabbing, Boxberger included. And then I threw a video out Sunday of 3 other guys who pitched for Iowa who could come to the big leagues and help out as well. So a lot of these arms that the Cubs have had on the IL are all starting to get healthy at the same time. Maybe the bullpen is going to end up being the strength of this team moving forward, and maybe, instead of starting, Marcus Stroman's in the bullpen, or maybe they move a Jameson Taillon to the bullpen. Who knows? But there's some options coming. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know everything that we find out right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Again, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Become a member of the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. That's a great way of saying that you enjoyed the video. And go Cubs. Let's see if we can get it done today.